or flattens so you can lay your head like this if the coffee was good, is if you are booking this flight. Book it on the left side, but we'll see what first class looks like on a Airbus A319. All right, ladies and gentlemen, leg number one, we are going from Colorado Springs Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas on American Airlines. We're going to be running first class today. This is such a chill airport. If you can go out of the Colorado Springs Airport rather than Denver, I highly, highly recommend it. It is so mellow here. Here about an hour early before my flight. If you are traveling through Colorado Springs Airport, they do have a brand new lounge right here, Global Lounge Network. You can check out, and let's go ahead and enter on in and see what we got here. This is located between gates 4 and 6 at Colorado Springs Airport. Okay, well, I'm thinking about it here, and it's fresh in my mind. Let me give you a wrap-up for what just transpired through check-in for business class, first class. So I took myself over in a little corner. It's actually busy in these because it's a little under construction, so there's not kind of a quiet area you can kind of find. But again, very quiet airport. I got through security and TSA probably in 10 minutes or less. Probably 5 minutes. It's such a mellow airport. I highly recommend going out of this particular airport, definitely instead of Denver. My snowboard bag counted as one of my checked-in bags that weighed 47 pounds, and there was absolutely no issues at all, no second looking at it or anything. My next bag was 67 pounds, and that was also a checked-in bag. Again, business class go up to 70 pounds. So flying American Airlines with my big 168 cm snowboard bag was absolutely no issues. American Airlines, you have a win on this one. You know, Colorado Springs Airport is absolutely phenomenal. It's so mellow and easy to get through. Much better. Your anxious level goes down so much instead of going through Denver. The flight's delayed about 20 minutes or so, but no big issues with that. Now, I am in a random corner, but, you know, everyone's on their cell phones. No one's really paying attention to anything going on. So, regarding the lounge, enter in, but there's a woman sitting at a reception desk, and it's for Priority Club. Priority Club, I believe it's called. You can only have access by Priority Club, so it's a perk with your credit card, I think like American Express Platinum. She said that one credit card with the funny Viking commercials, something like that. So it's like a perk on a credit card. I might have had it with American Airlines City Card. Don't quote me on that one. I might need to look into that, but again, it's kind of small. It looked like there was like coffee, maybe some water, food, or something like that. So I might take a look at that after I'm done, you know, making this little intro right here. But yeah, absolutely no issues with any of my items that I checked in. Snowboard bag, and absolutely fantastic. So that is regarding the lounge, and that is regarding checking in with my snowboard bag. And an absolute fantastic travel hack, ladies and gentlemen, is get verified on X, or, you know, formerly known as Twitter, and you have access to Grok Beta Testing 3. You ask it any question, and I literally just asked it if I can get access with my Citi Advantage Platinum Select credit card, and it gives me a straight up answer of no, and it gives you the reasons why. It's absolutely fantastic. This is my go-to AI search engine for travel. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. I was asking it when I first got into the airport where the lounge was. It told me exactly where it was. I've planned about 95% of my trip with this AI Grok 3. Absolutely fantastic. And if you are wondering, I think I get verified with a check mark. I think it's about $11 a month, but that's also good for business tax write-off, especially if you're posting videos or content for X, formerly known as Twitter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I love this app. This app is absolutely fantastic. American Airlines app. It tells me that I am delayed a little bit, and we are flying today. We're going to be flying on an Airbus A319. It'll tell you your seat number, scannable. I do have a printed out one as well, but we'll see what first class looks like on a Airbus A319, and this is flight 1812 out of Colorado Springs to Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. Close your eyes. Now, good news is if you are booking this flight, book it on the left side. So if you're looking at the pilot's cockpit, go left side so you have this beautiful view of Pikes Peak. And sorry, it's not really in focus right now, but right here in front of us is beautiful Pikes Peak. It's a 14,000 foot elevated mountain. And again, if you're sitting on the left side, if you're looking towards the pilot's cockpit, you will have this view as you take off, which is absolutely incredible. Snow-capped peak. And forgive the tilt to it. It just sees that it has a little bit of a slight glance there. Absolutely beautiful. And once again, a 14,000 foot beautiful snow-capped Pikes Peak overlooking the entire Colorado City. There's downtown down in the distance there, Garden of the Gods. Off in the distance, we're going to switch over cameras, see if we can zoom in a little bit closer. A little hack for you here. And there's incline of Manitou Springs, but do not fret, because as we take off and then we circle back around, now the right side of the plane has a view of Pikes Peak, and now we are looking east towards Kansas.
This heavy load got under your skin.
There's my house off in the distance there. So again, this is east here. Now just a little heads up for you, if you are sensitive to turbulence, there will be turbulence. Because this is the Rocky Mountains, you'll get up to cruising altitude and it will be completely fine, but just giving you a little heads up if you are landing or departing out of Colorado Springs Airport, and even Denver as well. It's just the Rocky Mountains. You'll get some gusts that kind of go to and from, but we're leveling off now just a little bit until you get to about the 10,000 foot mark, but pilots are really good at knowing what they're doing. We just hit the double beep, which means 10,000 foot elevation climb, and then we're going to get to cruising altitude and head on to Dallas, Texas. Again, we're facing south, but the camera is facing east. Kind of a little bit plain and boring out the left side of the window. You'll have the Rockies on your right, so if you want to see Pikes Peak during your initial takeoff, absolutely. If not, go for the right side. You might get a little bit longer as you get to cruising altitude, but then we'll go past Pueblo and there really won't be any more mountains. Maybe the Raton Pass, Taos down in New Mexico. All right, let's check in with you here. So I'm sitting behind the bulkhead, I believe you call it the bulkhead, and I got plenty of room. I am 5'8", 5'9" on a good day, and my feet go all the way to the front area here. Now, the only problem about sitting behind the bulkhead is you don't have an under the seat in front of you area to put your backpack, laptop, etc. Now, after takeoff, you can grab those items and store them down below here. As you can see, I got plenty of room to my left for my backpack, a snack bag, etc. And I could even work on my laptop, which is really nice. And again, you have this little extra area right where my foot is to be able to give you a little bit of extra room to stretch out like this here. Again, I'm 5'8", and so this is perfect for my size of person. You do have this little carrying area right here, but over here on this side of my leg right here, I have plenty of room for my cameras, my camera equipment, my cell phone, etc. And then this little armrest to my left right here next to the window, this right here pops up for your tray table, which is located right here. If you wanted to get work done on a laptop, etc., that comes out, and then that will sit right in front of you right here on my lap while I'm working on my laptop. And also there is entertainment as well. Though there's no physical screen in front of you on the bulkhead or behind the seats behind me, you have to bring your own cell phone or laptop or tablet, and you have to log on to their information. It's all right here on this QR code right here. You sign on and you can watch movies free of charge, entertainment, etc. Here is a list of their current entertainment for March 2025. Again, watch for free. There's your sign-on instructions right there. And as you can see here, they got all sorts of television shows, movies, John Wick, etc. Also, they have, I believe, live TV as well. And then you can also connect to the internet right here. And I will let you know about that. I believe even in first class, I don't believe it's free. I think you have to pay for your connecting to the actual internet. Now, to my right leg, that is where you would put the seat in a reclined position. And then they also came up out when I first boarded the plane, provided a drink if you want it right as you get on the airplane, and then came around after takeoff for another drink and snacks as well. Next to my right hand side, I have a full water bottle, 32 ounce right here next to me, and also slips down, it's kind of hard to see, but it slips down really deeply down there for cell phones, books. It goes down pretty far. on your right hand leg right there. So definitely very nice, adequate space. Again, if you have your film equipment, your book, etc. And we'll get a better shot of the actual seat, but again, I'm pretty sure that is leather and it is very wide from the left and to the right hand side of the seat, as you can see. And then coming up here, the headrest tilts right here or flattens so you can lay your head like this if you want to here, or back like that right there. Now, according to the captain, I think it's only about an hour and 23-minute flight, so really not too much time to fire up a television show or do a long edit on your laptop. So I'm just enjoying a nice little book today. Now, coming into the video real quickly here. So right here in your little slot where I've had my water bottle, I couldn't see it, but I took another first class flight from JFK to Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. I'm pretty sure it was on the same A319 Airbus as well. And there is a power plug right in here, which is kind of hard to see. I was looking like all around the front area right here, underneath the seat right here when I first got on the plane. But the JFK to Dallas Fort Worth flight, the plug was located in this little slot here, which again, you can put your book, you can put your camera equipment, cell phone, water bottle, and I'm a thinner guy, so again, I had a lot of room over here for my camera equipment, my book, my water bottle, and I just sat like in between it. So I didn't get the shot, but I'm pretty sure there is a power plug right in that little slot right there, giving you a heads up. Also regarding champagne and alcohol beverages, I don't really drink, so I'm not going to ask about that, but if I find out information about it, I'll let you know if that is free, which I'm pretty sure it is. Certain alcoholic beverages for first class flight members. But overall, pretty comfortable seats. I just like how wide it is. I like how I can store everything right next to me. And if it was a longer flight, I definitely would be editing on the pull-out little table right here. But I got my book right here in front of me. We're going to go ahead and read a little bit more. Here's a better shot of how deep it is here. There's my book right there. And coming into the video one more time, yes, confirmed, that's your power LED indicator right there. It's the same as the JFK to Dallas Fort Worth flight. So you have a USB and a power plug. So you can either use your power plug, an actual wall plug-in, or you can just use the USB. So there are a couple different options there. So confirmed, it definitely does have power just like the JFK to Dallas Fort Worth flight. And that did save me on my JFK to Dallas Fort Worth flight because my cameras were getting very low on juice, as well as my cell phone. Just make sure you have your USBs or power plugs, your chargers handy in your backpack or carry-on bag. Mine were stuffed in my backpack pretty far, and I took a little bit of time to dig them out. I actually had to lay my backpack on the ground, unzip it. took a few minutes. And then you can see the armrest on top has plenty of room, so you're not fighting over the center armrest. The armrest actually is very wide, and you can put your coffee on this front area right here. And then this armrest is a little bit thinner, but plenty of adequate space to relax, take a little siesta as you look out the window. Not really much out there, but still nonetheless, you're flying first class, baby. Let's go. As we're heading into Dallas Fort Worth, again, after about 10,000 feet, the turbulence backed off and it was an absolutely lovely flight. Now we're coming into Dallas Fort Worth once again. I'm gonna have about a 3-hour layover or so, 2 hours, maybe 45-minute layover in Dallas Fort Worth. We're gonna go find the lounge, but on my way back with a 5-hour layover, we're gonna try to get into the city and go rip up a stand-up surf wave. Overall, a very pleasurable flight. Let's get you some shots of the seat before we do land. So once again, plenty of seating area here, plenty of headspace. I got 2 windows over here, as well as nice big comfortable seating right here. And as you can see, plenty of room for my shoulders, my arms, etc. Folks, welcome to Dallas, Texas. Beautiful, sunny, beautiful day, 79 degrees as we land and taxi up to shove on those brakes pretty well. A little bit windy coming in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and summarize the first class experience on Colorado Springs to Dallas Fort Worth on American Airlines. It was a very short flight, about an hour and 23 minutes. So quick where you just literally get into a book, read a few chapters, and the flight is over. The staff was absolutely super friendly. Definitely a 10 out of 10. The whole first class experience was probably a solid maybe 7.5, 7.8. Obviously it was a shorter flight, and is it worth worth it? I think it is if you are booking an economy ticket and they give you that upgrade for a couple $100, or if you book it with your miles, or if you have status, absolutely. The wider seats, in my personal opinion, were very nice. It is a smaller aircraft, so I think there were only about 4 first class seats on the plane, and the coffee was good. I didn't have any snacks. There wasn't any food service, but overall a nice experience. Again, if you are going to be upgrading with miles status, or if you book the economy ticket and they give you that email, hey, would you like to upgrade to first class for like $200? Is it worth it? Sure, why not? Would I pay full price for that segment of a flight? No, definitely not, especially if, let's say, an economy ticket is $250. The first class seat is probably $800, $700 to $1,000, something like that. Would I do that for an hour and 3-minute flight? Definitely no, but a nice experience if you can upgrade once again for miles.
Okay, and chiming in one more time here. Now, regarding the Wi-Fi, they do have packages, and each flight can be a little bit different. You can either you can get free access for a couple hours with your T-Mobile account. You just have to get verified on AA.com and sign into their Wi-Fi on the plane. There are packages. It depends how long your flight is. Obviously, the longer the flight, the more money it's going to be, like a 2-hour pass, an all-flight pass, and the all-flight pass is typically only like $5 more. But regarding entertainment, again, bring your cell phone, bring your iPad, log in. You can do that all for free. But if you want to get onto the internet, you'll have to go ahead and purchase their packages. Now, if you fly American Airlines a lot, they do have package deals per month or like all year. Or check out, again, the T-Mobile, or there are some packages where you can watch an ad and you can like go on for free for like an hour or something like that. I did notice that as well. I didn't sign on to that flight just because it was so short. I just read my book. And again, the only reason I did that leg first class was because my whole ticket going over to Geneva for my ski trip was business class, but obviously some of these legs are only first class, cabin, and economy. So even though my ticket is technically business because I'll be doing my Dallas-Fort Worth to London business class, they gave me first class from Colorado Springs to Dallas-Fort Worth and first class from London to Geneva, and then business class Dallas-Fort Worth to London. If you've never experienced first class before and you do get that email or at the check-in counter saying, do you want to upgrade for $200? That happened to me one time on a United flight and I did it. It was a cool experience. Would I ever do it again for a couple $100? To be honest with you, no, not for that short of a flight. Just put me in the back. It don't matter. I'll read 3 chapters of my book and the flight will be done. But if you do have status, you get bumped up, which there's so many people. Like, I think my flight back, one of the segments, there was like 18 people on standby to get that upgrade, but I definitely would not be paying full price. Now, business class overnight, that's a whole nother ballpark, my friend. Definitely watch that review. Also, where I'm sitting now, I'll talk about that in just a second, so definitely watch the rest of the video. If you are flying international business class or first class, make sure you get over to the flagship lounge. It shares it with the Capital One. I mean, there's separated lounges, but the entrance is for Capital One flagship. I already have a full review on my channel already regarding that lounge. It's an absolute amazing lounge. Watch that full review. If you have a long layover, bring a change of clothes. If you're coming back or if you have a long day of travel, shower, eat, sit, edit, watch golf on their TV room, sleep if you want to in their quiet room. Check out that video. It's on the channel.
Right now, I'm in the flagship lounge at the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas International Airport, waiting on my next segment, which is going to be Dallas-Fort Worth to London Heathrow in business class. So definitely subscribe to see that full review of American Airlines business class going from Dallas-Fort Worth to London Heathrow. This is going to be an overnight flight. We're going to give you all the details. Also, I have a full review of the flagship lounge here at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport as well. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button on your way out, helps the channel. Also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and take a look at all my different links in the description box below, as well as my vlogging channel, where I'm going to be getting up to some amazing things and some trips coming up here after the London segment. We're going to Chamonix Francais. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you on the next one.